Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to plant Convallaria lily of the valley. So this is the cultivar Bordeaux, and I got it from a nursery who was very kind enough to order this for me in spring. But the spring planting was not good because the plants were already sprouting and they died on me. So here they are. You can see that Convallaria has these overwintering big buds which are growing over the rhizome, and this is the rhizome. And the difference in you can see the difference between a rhizome and a stolon in Convallaria very nicely. We say that a rhizome is when the nodes are closer than the diameter of the organ. So this part is a stolon because you can see here's a node and here's another one. Old roots. So here you can see that 1 node, 2 node, 3 node, 4, 5, and here it becomes a rhizome because the nodes are getting closer and closer. So Convallaria makes these big buds, and in America I think they call them pips, but I prefer to call it buds. And you can see that there are stolons, and there are 1, 2, 3 or more buds at the end of a stolon. And usually these small buds going to grow to become stolons. This will make a leaf, and this will also grow out as a stolon. I bare rooted 15 plants. Oh, very nice bud. Because I don't want to carry all the soil. And I have 15 plants here, and I'm going to plant them. So normally you should plant Convallaria only as deep as the buds should be covered with soil. You can plant them a little bit deeper, but they do not like to be planted very deep. And I'm just going to make 3 rows in the coir and just plant them one by one. And it's important that you keep the roots intact. Do not cut the roots back, because these roots are going to provide the nutrients and water for the plant to sprout in spring. And new roots are usually emerging after flowering in May. And now you can plant them because you already have these big buds which are going to sprout next spring. When the plants are sprouting, it's not recommended to replant them because all the energy from the roots and the buds are in the leaves and the flowers, and the plant will not survive. So normally nurserymen also put these plants up very early in the season, as early as January or February, and they leave them to grow. And sometimes if they can buy only small plants, they are not going to flower for you in the first year, and you have to measure the diameter of the bud to see if it's going to flower for you or not. These are very nice big buds. And it's not really important if I bury the leaves now or damage them, because they're going to go dormant in a couple of weeks because it's already October here. So this was very simple. Anybody can do this. Normally you can buy Convallaria buds in spring because they are usually dug in November and then processed in the warehouses and at the nurseries during winter time and pack them cold or frozen. And people like to force Convallaria, and it's very interesting because the buds, flower buds, have a lower cold requirement than the shoot buds. So when you force Convallaria for example Christmas, you can dig the pips or the buds in late September, early October, get the leaves off and give them a 6-week cold treatment, and then you can force them to flower, and they are only going to sprout flower spikes, not leaves, because the leaves need a longer dormancy period. So, oh, and don't forget to wash your hands, because Convallaria contains glycosides which affect heart rate, so it's a toxic plant if you eat it. So don't eat it, and wash your hands after you handle these plants. Okay, that would be all. Thank you for your attention. See you next time. Goodbye.